Hello everyone, Crockboy here. Welcome back to another amazing video. Today for you guys, I have an old My Hero Academia figures review for you guys. I have here the Figma number 4 to the 70 Ochaco Uraraka. Now, based on her look, this is based off her very first costume in My Hero Academia, so this is not like her recent costume that you see nowadays. This is basically off her from seasons, I believe, 1 to 5 costume, where she has her her helmet that has the visor on it, unlike the helmet where it's just kind of like her headbands. So take a look at the packaging. You can see the figure inside. Now, if you guys are wondering, yes, this is a used item, but as far as I'm concerned, the only thing that this box doesn't contain is the instruction sheet, which is not really my concern because all everyone really cares about is the figure and the accessories it comes with. But anyway, go look at the packaging. You got your nice pink Figma boxing, which in compared to like before, actually here I'll show you around real quick. So in the front of the box you can see the a window of the figure inside. It says Figma Max Factory Masaka. I'm just not gonna read that full thing. Action figures number 470 My Hero Academia Ochaco Uraraka with some Japanese texting. On the side of the box you have Figma with a nice picture of Uraraka. On the other side of the box another good picture of Uraraka. On the top of the box Uraraka with a helmet on. Sorry if the light can't really catch that, but this is just the camera angle. On the bottom of the box, Uraraka, again, practically the same as the top. And finally, on the back of the box, you can see all the poses that you could do this Ochaco with. Now, as I was going to say before, we're like the Revoltech box for Uraraka. As you can see, in terms of like design wise, I think the Figma stands out because personally, I liked it better. Not that I ever owned a Revoltech before. I liked it better. Like when I see pictures of the old Revoltech boxes, like it was a lot better. Like it had like manga and like comic like scenes, even like a lot better poses with the figure. But nowadays, when Revoltech does their boxes, they just do like with a blackish gray drop with just Revoltech and like the figure in the backdrop with some like purpley like pinkish bubbles. But I will say the back of the box of the Revoltech is very unique looking. But that's not to say that this box is anywhere near as good as the Figma. Heck, to be honest, out of all the boxes that Uraraka comes in, I say the Sh Figuarts does the best job of that because I mean, don't get me wrong, the pink is a nice touch to the Figma box, but I feel like it's too much pink. Whereas the Sh Figuarts kind of balances that. It has have half pink and half white, along with the all around the box. But again, those boxes out of the way, let's go ahead and unbox Figma Uraraka and take a look at what she looks like. Alright everyone, so here's everything you get out of the box. Let's take a look at the figure. So here's a look at Figma Uraraka, and aesthetics wise, she just looks straight out of the anime. Like compared to, hold on, let me get the other ones. I hate that his light like barely catches on, because the thing is the light can't really catch on. So like let's compare aesthetics wise of the Revoltech, the Figma, and the Sh Figuarts. Now, and yes, I kept on the toga face on Uraraka, just, you know, for plot purposes. So in terms of like aesthetics, like who looks more anime accurate, I say it goes to the Figma mainly because of how her face looks straight out of the anime. Like, to be honest, don't get me wrong, the Revoltech and the Sh Figuarts, they have good faces, but in terms of who has a more anime accurate face, I have to give it to the Figma. If I were to say what's a close second, I would say it probably has to be with the Revoltech. Now, aside from the custom painted pupils I have on her face right here, I say it looks more accurate than the Sh Figuarts, mainly because I like to think that the Revoltech is kind of more manga accurate than the Sh Figuarts. Now the Sh Figuarts could be more anime accurate to the recent seasons, but in all honesty, I prefer the manga version of Uraraka than the anime version, mainly because I think the manga version looks a little bit more, you know, detailed in my opinion. But again, those figures out of the way so you can get an idea. Take a closer look at Uraraka. She looks very good. I enjoyed that they took her season 1 costume and put it into a figure. Now in terms of like how much this figure costs, this figure is crazy expensive. Like even if you go on eBay and try to get this figure crosses from about $100 to like $250. It's ridiculous. But hey, this is an old My Hero Academia figure, and plus you barely see any people have this one, so you know, it's a very valuable collectible. Now, moving on to aesthetics of the figure, her head can move up that much with a ball peg inside, which it looks kind of ugly in this frame, but if you move the head down like this, she can't really move it down that well, but she can move her head down pretty well. She can move her head left to right and move it to side. Going on to her body, she can do an ab crunch about that much, and then she can move her back about that much, which is great because it's going to look good with a lot of poses. Moving on to her arms. Her arms can move out that much, can move back about that much, move forward about that much. She can bend. She has elbow joints that can go that far, and she has wrist peg joints. Now, unfortunately, unlike the which hold up, I was checking on something on the other figures. Unlike the Revoltech one, where her actually wait, no, never mind. Her wrist gauntlets hangs can move, which is weird because even though the Revoltech one can move her things just fine, I'm looking over. Oh, stand up. Oh, don't you guys hate when it does that? There we go. The Sh Figuarts one, when I'm trying to move her thing, like her the wrist peg, it doesn't really move down, so it kind of lacks in articulation. But anyway, moving on to the continuation of Figma Uraraka's articulation. There's her arm movements. Her leg can go up that far. Oh. Well. Oh, that was awkward. So her leg can move out that far without the thing falling off. Sorry about that. You saw that, guys. That was awkward. And then her leg can move back about that far. And she has knee joints that can bend that far, and no toe articulation. So unfortunately, the Figma doesn't have the toe articulation like the Revoltech and the Figma. Sh Figuarts. But other than that, in terms of if she can stand up pretty good. Yeah, she can stand up pretty good, even without the stand in the corner. Which, by the way, let's get on to her accessories. So starting off with her faces, she first comes with a calm smiling face, a closed eye, open mouth smiley face, and finally she comes with an angry yelling face. Alright, so now that we've gone with her faces, let's go on with her hands. She first comes with a pair of fists, widespread open hands, or a quirk effect hand, so you can use them like this. Hands to make her hold something like this. And finally, she comes with her iconic thumbs up hand, where she always gives it to Deku. Her next accessory is that she comes with her former helmets that she used before she got her upgrade, and I'll show you what it looks like right now. So here's what she looks like with her visor on. If I can get the light up there, you can see that her visor is translucent, so you can kind of see her face, but in this point of view, it kind of looks a little goofy. But it's supposed to be her Season 1 to Season 5 helmet, so, you know, it's, the OGs, you can't really do anything about it. But, yeah, this is what it looks like with the visor on. It's, very well detailed, I will say. Her next accessory is that she comes with your standard Figma stand that you get with every Figma figure. Now, it does have a separate piece on the tip right here, so you can put a more dynamic pose when she's floating. But for the sake of this, I don't feel like putting it on right now because, well, I feel like it wouldn't be as good with the Figma stand. Because the Figma stand, well, as you saw right there, if I can get it up, the stand doesn't really hold the stick piece that well, so for the sake, I'm not gonna mess around with her on the pose. The stand. Along with her stand is that she comes with a rock piece that's you can use for floatability. That you can plug into this stand right here. Now, when I was trying to plug in this rock to the stand earlier, it felt a little fragile, so I was too afraid that I was gonna break the thing. So for the sake of this, along with the stand, I'm not gonna exactly pose it with her because, well, let's just say that I don't want to think it's broken, because if you guys remember from my Revoltech video, when I tried to put on, one of the grappling pieces on her, one of them broke off. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to do too much accessory posing with this figure like how I did to the previous, well, not the previous, but to Revoltech Uraraka. For her final few accessories, she comes with a handstand, so you can put your separate hands on when you have already one on her. She comes with her bangs. Now, if you guys are wondering, is this an extra bang in case you broke it? No. So basically, the bangs I have on this hairpiece right here, these bangs are more flexible, while as this one is more hard, so they can barely bend. So if you guys want to have her soft bangs or flexible bangs, you can do either one. And for her final accessory, she comes with her extra joint. So whenever whenever I accidentally break a joint of hers, I can replace it with this one. For height comparisons, here she is next to the Sh Figuarts Deku, and I'll bring her out again, the Revoltech Ochaco. The Sh Figuarts Ochaco, the Sh Figuarts Bakugo and Todoroki, the Total Anime Bakugo and Todoroki, Total Anime Deku, Total Anime Shigaraki and Dabi, Mcfarlane All For One, and Total Anime All Might. And finally, here she is next to the Anime Heroes Deku, in which personally, I know the other Figma Deku would go along with her a lot more, but personally, in this costume design of Deku, I think they suit perfectly together. So overall, I think the Figma Uraraka is a great collection for your My Hero Academia action figure collection. It may not be on the best quality as like the Revoltech or the Sh Figuarts Uraraka, but it's definitely a Uraraka for you to get on your shelf. Well, that's it for you guys for this video today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and be sure to like and subscribe. Turn on the bell notification so you can notify when I post a video. I hope you all have a plus ultra day. I'm Crocboy, and peace out.